What's up, dudes and dudettes? Welcome to Everybody Podcast, and this is a segment we like to call Everybody's TUF. We're doing a rewatch here. We're going back. We're going to watch Season 1. This is Episode 2. We already covered Episode 1 for you. I'm Chad. I'm joined with always Cody over here.
What up?
This one, like I said, we're doing Episode 2. Unlike the new season, the old seasons, if you guys remember, they don't do a fight every episode. So in this episode, we got some stuff, a little bit of drama inside the house. We did get some team exercises this episode.
I want to say, I think that this season, and this episode in particular, is the only one where they actually eliminated people without having them fight.
Yeah, and 2 people in one show at that.
Yeah, they drop them quick.
How many? So that makes me think, like, how many fighters are in the house right now?
They started with 16, so there's only 14 now.
Oh, okay. So,
and both eliminations were on KOTOR's team too.
Yep, we got.
It wasn't even
the team building exercises. The first one we got, they had to carry their coach on a recliner
over some bars.
Well, it
was like over, then under, then over, then under.
And then they had to walk through water, like
literally
rocks.
Through the ocean.
Yeah, like over the rocks and shit. And obviously, like Cody said, KOTOR's team lost, Liddell's team won.
And that was the light heavyweight? That was light heavyweight.
Yeah, that was the light heavyweight with the couches. KOTOR's team did they even finish the rates? I know they dropped
KOTOR in the water
twice. But yeah, so that brings us to our first elimination. So they got the 4 guys that were on the KOTOR team that were carrying the couch were the ones that were up for elimination.
And let's just be honest. We all knew who was going to be eliminated.
We all knew who was going to be eliminated.
It was pretty obvious from the very first episode who was going to be the first person out of that fucking house.
Yeah, and he like, even in that first episode when he said he doesn't know if he can do it, that right there already made me go, oh, this guy ain't going to last. Like,
yeah.
He doesn't even believe in himself.
And not even that, he literally went to his coach and was like, I don't know if I should be here and all of this. And then KOTOR, he picked him up at that moment in the first episode. And then the second episode, he's like, yeah, God.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yep. Well, I mean, the guy was the weakest link. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. I'm not good with names.
Jason Thacker.
Okay, there we go. I
remember all these guys' names because I've watched this season.
Yeah,
this
right?
is literally the 3rd time I've watched the season. You know?
Holy shit!
Like in my life, anyway. You know, I just like I said in the first episode, I actually rewatched the season last year. That was when I decided I wanted to do this podcast because I was rewatching it last year and was like, let's talk about this. You know?
Yeah.
But so yeah, and I had already watched it years prior. You know, like I don't think I watched it when it came out, but a few years after it came out, I watched it. So this is my 3rd watch through. And like I said in the first episode, everybody, like half of those guys ended up fighting in the UFC.
Yeah.
They all, like half of them ended up getting legit UFC contracts. I just watched Anderson Silva knock out Chris Lieben the other day on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know? I think that was Anderson Silva's first fight was Chris Lieben.
Oh, really?
I think so. No, I mean, his first fight in the UFC, I think. I might be wrong about that.
Let's talk about that. So the second team building exercise was like a log thing. So they had to...
There's a fucking telephone pole.
Yeah, so 4 of them had to, like, saw the pole into, like, quarters. And then they had to pick up their pieces and run them to a reassembly station. And they had to, like, screw in, like, these arms and nuts and bolts to put the log back together. And then they all had to pick it up and run it to the finish line. Which was, I mean, good idea, I guess.
That seemed tougher than the fucking light heavyweight competition, if
yeah,
I'm being
right?
honest.
Fucking sawing through that bitch.
Yeah, I think
picking it up, running.
I think people underestimate how hard it is to saw through a telephone pole with just a regular hand saw. That's a fucking. That's no easy task.
I will say, it's fucking Josh Koscheck, dude, he was going at that shit.
Yeah.
He was the first one through.
And he looked like
and then
he's actually used a handsaw before.
He took over for the other dude.
Yeah, he's like
move.
And I gotta say, I agreed with, is it Bobby Southland that?
No, I can't. I'm not good with the names here.
It's either Chris Sanford. Chris Sanford, the one who inevitably got, if you want to get there, who inevitably got kicked out, who got eliminated by Couture.
Oh, okay.
Because Couture did lose. I agreed with him more than I did, especially more than I did Lieben. Because he was saying like the reason why we lost was because Lieben and Quarry stopped sawing and started trying to jump on their log to break it.
Yeah.
And I agree with him 100%. I don't know if that's why they lost, but that's definitely not, you're definitely going to get through that piece of wood faster if you just fucking keep sawing.
Yeah,
because you saw them just jumping on it and shit, and it wasn't working.
Yeah, it wasn't working. It wasn't even moving, dude. It wasn't even moving.
And that's why, like, when they lost, and at the end, Lieben said he was like, I feel like I'm gonna get kicked out now because not because of my own talents, but because my team is weak. And I was like, well, you kind of fucked that one up. Like that was definitely your fault.
And like I thought Lieben, I knew he wasn't gonna get kicked out because obvious reasons, but if I was a newcomer watching this, I would have definitely thought Chris Lieben would have been the one eliminated from Couture's team because of his I don't know, his personality,
his antics.
Yeah, his antics.
The way that he's been acting.
His silly antics. So you're not supposed to leave the house or anything. And Chris Lieben basically said fuck that, hopped the fence, walked away for the night.
Went to go find a payphone.
Yeah, went to go find a payphone. I don't know who he was calling or what, but
well, it's crazy because I'm pretty sure that somebody does that again in a later season. Yeah. And they kick him out.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, they kick it like Dana White comes in and everything, and he's like, that can't be tolerated, you're gone. Yeah. But they didn't do that to Lieben at all.
They're probably just like, this is the first episode. We need these guys.
Yeah, there's literally the second episode. Yeah. But I will say about Chris Sanford was he was a rat, man. Yeah. Like he kind of came in and like ratted on Lieben right away.
He was the first one to the gym.
It seemed like he was rushing into the gym so he could go up to Couture and let him know that Lieben's being an asshole or whatever. Yeah. Even though like the one that Lieben was like harassing was Swick. Yeah. You know,
because of the fight, because Lieben was Mike
Swick.
Mike Swick's only loss on his record. And it kind of seemed like Chris Lieben was rubbing in his face a little bit.
And wouldn't stop bringing it up. You could tell, and Swick's just getting fucking pissed. Like,
yeah,
why do we have to? Like, once this is over, we're fighting again. Like, once we're out of here, the next day, me and you could fucking fight again. It's just funny because that dude Lieben, he's so obnoxious.
He is.
He so obnoxious.
He doesn't care about. He's a guy who doesn't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. He doesn't care about anything.
And I'll say, like, during the elimination, they brought up Lieben and Chris, I don't fucking remember his name, Chris Sanford. They brought up, it was Lieben and Chris Sanford that between those two that Couture was going to eliminate. And when they asked him if they had anything to say to defend themselves, Sanford just threw Lieben under the bus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, he didn't hesitate to just be like, well, this guy's the problem. He is a problem for all of us. He's just a problem. He doesn't do anything to, like, talk himself up. He doesn't say, like, I deserve to be here or I'm a great fighter or anything like that. He's just, like, he just throws Lieben under the bus right away. And it's, like, knowing that Couture was already Lieben's coach before they even got into the house. Yeah. It's like, man, it makes me, like, bad decision on Sanford's part. Like, probably not the best decision on his part to just throw one of Couture's pupils under the bus multiple times, you know?
Yeah, dude. Because that doesn't really, kind of probably pissed him off a little bit. Like, hey, this is the guy I'm training, you asshole.
Yeah. And I think you'll notice this the more you watch the season, because Quarry is also one of Couture's pupils. They watch out for each other. Like,
Yeah.
KOTOR watches out for both of those guys, and both of those guys watch out for each other. So you'll see, and when we get to the episode that I'm really talking about, you'll see what I mean. You'll be like, oh, okay, this has nothing, like, they aren't even going off of who deserves to be here or the merit or anything. They really are just helping each other right now because they're friends. And not even necessarily friends, because they are training partners and they've known each other for longer than everybody else.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
that'll be some drama.
Yeah, it doesn't turn into drama on the show, because I don't know if anybody else realizes that those two are already KOTOR's pupils.
Yeah.
Because it seems like, it's like when during the elimination of light heavyweights, I questioned KOTOR's picks, because I feel I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of those guys were his pupils as well, because he even mentions it, how Stephan Bonner is like the only true light heavyweight that he picked. The other three guys, and after he said that, I noticed, like, looking at three of the other, like, Stephan Bonner standing next to the other three guys, they are all like 3 inches shorter than he is. And it's like, dude, he literally he didn't pick any fucking light heavyweights for his light heavyweight team. Then you go over, then you look at Lydell's team, and it's like Forrest Griffin and Sam Hogar and the other two guys. They're all big, beefy guys. They're like, oh, yeah, those guys are definitely light heavyweights. Those guys aren't fucking... those guys aren't middleweights. Like, Mike Swick's a middleweight, And Loden Sinclair is a middleweight, I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah. I was gonna ask something. Oh yeah, is the what the hell's his name? You were just talking about him, Bonham.
Stephan Bonner.
Stephan Bonner. Was he the guy that was giving Diego Sanchez shit?
Yeah.
For fucking. So first in this episode, he gave him shit for, which I thought was kind of weird, but
it was right away, like the very first thing that they showed,
and it was Diego Sanchez would take a hot bath and then a cold shower, and then he would get back in the bath and take a warm bath. And
I think it was the opposite. I think he was going right. Was he go? I assumed he was going from an ice bath to a hot shower.
But Stephan Bonner was giving him shit because he was getting the carpet wet, and like it looked like. I feel like this guy just felt like being a bully.
Maybe.
Let's be honest, dude.
My only thought about it was who puts a fucking carpet in the bathroom?
Right?
Like, is it really Diego's fault that there's carpet in the bathroom?
That's like the worst idea ever, dude. Who the fuck ain't gonna step on a carpet wet and then it's gonna get all moldy and shit? And
yeah, that's UFC's fault, or whoever designed that house. Like, get your shit together, because that's just fucking dumb.
And then they got in the kitchen, the little asparagus argument there. He was giving Diego Sanchez shit, and
he cut the heads off of the asparagus and used them in his shake and just left all the stalks in the refrigerator.
Yeah, it looked like, kind of seemed like something was gonna go down there for a little bit.
Yeah, Diego just kept going, "Are you gonna make me?
Yeah,
are you gonna make me?"
Pretending like my dad over here.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting. Diego just goes, "I don't even know what asparagus is." That was his response. And Bonner's like, "Yes, you do. I know you know what asparagus is. Don't stop lying.
Stop playing stupid."
I wonder if those guys just knew each other beforehand, because they both ended up getting duped by Fabia.
Really?
Yeah. Well, in those videos that were posted of Diego Sanchez and Fabia in front of the board of the UFC, that video was filmed by Stephan Bonner.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah, as far as I know, Stephan Bonner is still with Fabia.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything about that. I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Is that guy even still fighting?
I think he went into pro wrestling.
Oh, interesting.
I think he fought for Bellator for a little while, and then I think he moved over to pro wrestling. I'm not sure what he's doing now. I have no idea. I haven't really heard any. That's the only thing I've heard about him recently, was when I heard that he was the one filming that video of Diego and Fabia.
No, I'm like curious about like if he's still like training with the guy, or
because Diego's dropped him now, right?
Yeah.
Did you hear about the OnlyFans?
No, what is this?
Fabio was running a Diego Sanchez OnlyFans and taking like pictures of his ass while he was training and stretching and shit.
What
and
the fuck?
and like posting those on the OnlyFans and shit and taking like half of the money.
Holy shit, this actually fucking happened?
Yeah, like so he would fucking what he would do was he was taking pictures of him like, you know, do it like bending over and touching his toes, like just stretching, you know, and he would just take a picture of his ass and then put it on the OnlyFans for like $30 and be like, "You want to see this tight sweet ass?" And then they would click on it, and it would just, or if somebody would buy it, it would just be him. It would literally be, it looked like secret photos that he was taking while Diego was just training and like stretching.
Fucking weird. What a little deceiving fucking guy.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking worm, man. But there was at one point in the episode when they were all getting drunk and fucking Lieben was drinking 40s. They kept bringing up Diego's wine. Did you notice that?
Yeah. What's that about?
So, because in the first episode, Diego said, "I'm not drinking while I'm here." That's like, he's like, "I'm here to win, so I'm not going to get drunk like all these other guys. I'm going to be chill." But then this episode, they're talking about everybody's partaking in Diego's wine, and maybe this is just because I'm a pothead, and I did this in like every episode of the TUF 29. I think they were talking about pot. I think they were talking about pot because then when they asked Lieben about it, he was like, I partaked in some of Diego's wine. That's all. I wasn't even drunk. I just partaked in some of Diego's wine. And I was like, I don't know if they're talking about wine. And then when they showed Diego after that, he didn't look drunk. He didn't look drunk at all. He was doing like those like Tai Chi like exercises.
Oh yeah,
things.
the weird.
He was like
flexing stuff.
Yeah. He didn't look drunk to me.
This is what a real fighter looks like. Oh man. That's hilarious. That's something to think about. I wonder if
because at this time it was like way illegal in Nevada, so they definitely couldn't be talking about it or anything.
Yeah,
if they were smoking, but they let them fucking get drunk in there, and you'll see a couple of the guys have chewing and shit. So it's not like they're completely blocked from everything.
Yeah, that shit's nasty. Why would they do that?
Can't smoke.
They can't. Oh yeah.
I mean, they probably if they wanted to bring cigarettes in, I doubt the UFC would stop them. But that's not going to make you a better fighter by any means.
Absolutely not.
And I don't see where chewing tobacco is going to fucking slow you down at all.
Yeah. I mean, maybe over time, but you're not going to be a fighter when you're like 80 or 70.
It'll rot your teeth out and probably put holes in your face, but it's not gonna fuck your lungs up like smoking cigarettes will.
So I totally wouldn't doubt that Diego Sanchez smokes weed.
I wouldn't doubt it either.
Just seeing him and how the way he is, like he's a spiritual guy. I mean, he does drugs for sure.
Yeah, I'd believe it, man. And like I said, he said he didn't want to drink. He was like, I'm not here to get drunk.
So we got 2 people eliminated from Couture's team, and Liddell's team is still going strong with everybody. What would you rate this episode?
4.5. Just because I gave the last episode 4, and nothing happened in that.
And
before we get there, what did you think of the actual challenges?
I liked the log one.
Right.
I thought the recliner one was kind of funny, but I mean, you got to be tough to fucking do it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I feel like the log one was definitely, I think I said this earlier, but I think the log one was definitely more complicated. It was definitely the tougher of the 2 competitions.
And that one was given to the middleweights, right?
Yeah,
the middleweights did the harder. The middleweights did the harder competition than the light heavyweights. So I'm gonna give it a 4.5 too.
Mm-hmm.
I like that we got introduced to some team building exercises, and we got some eliminations. Sucks that they were both on the same team, but you know, shit happens.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I do say, as much as I like this season, I prefer when they make them fight to get eliminated. I like the team challenges.
It makes more sense, right?
Yeah, but I like the team challenges. But I think in the second season they start saying like, okay, when you lose the challenge or when you win the challenge, you get to pick the fight rather than pick the fighter that gets kicked out.
Yeah, that makes more sense because it's about seeing who's the better fighter, right? Not who does the contest better. So let them fight.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a lot of fighters there, but fuck it, give us all the fights. I don't care. All right, this has been Everybody's Tough. See you guys.
Peace.